Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra George Sturgis. Welcome to my channel, Authentic Beauty Handmade Dolls and Crafts. In this video, I am going to show you how to sculpt the face of your sock doll, Josephine. Thank you so much for watching. The first thing you're going to do is use your fiber fill to fill the toe portion of your sock doll. As I've said in previous videos, make sure that you're using Mountain Mist or Morning Glory fiber fill. Now, one of the things you should do is when you fill the sock with the fiber fill, try to use a continuous piece of fiber fill. Like, don't stuff a little bit and then go back in and stuff a little bit more. It will make it too bumpy. So you want to get a nice amount that you think will fill the head of your sock doll so that it would have a smooth look. Now, once you have the head, you want to go in and get a small portion for the doll's nose. And then you want to get another small portion about the size of a jack ball. I don't know, maybe a little bit bigger than a jack ball, but not too big. So let me just say this again. You're going to try to get enough fiber fill in one pull, in one handful, the size of your doll's head. Now, you may need to add, but get as much as you can. So once you get the amount that you want, you're going to go back in and get a small amount for the doll's nose, and you're going to place it in the center on top of the other fiber fill. And then you're going to get another ball of fiber fill. You're going to roll it up nicely, and you're going to create one cheek for the left side and one cheek for the right side. Now, once you do that, what you're going to do is the ball of fiber fill that you use for the nose, as you see in the video here, you're going to sculpt the doll's nose with this portion of the fiber fill. So I am just going in, I've done a video on how to sculpt the nose. So the first thing you do is, when you put the fiber fill in the little ball in, shape it with your hand to create the doll's nose in your imagination first before you start using your needle. And once you see it in your imagination, you're going to capture that image with your needle. In the video here, I am using stick pins to create the nostrils on the side of the sock doll's nose, but that is optional. I like it with or without. And like I've said before, the doll will communicate with you as to how she wants to look. So, but it just, to me, the stick pins kind of, it just, when you take the thread around the end of the nostrils, it defines it a little bit more, but it's really beautiful without it as well. So let your doll tell you how she wants her nose to be. The sock fabric is very soft, and so you want to be very careful so that you do not rip the fabric or over sew it. Like, even with this needle that I'm using, you can see a lot of the white fiber fill at the bottom because it has a lot of holes. Well, not holes in the sock, but the sock is not, I don't want to say porous because it doesn't have a pore, but it's not dense. It's very see-through. That's the word I'm looking for. So the fabric is see-through, so I don't want to over needle sculpt the sock doll's nose because then it'll put a hole in the sock. I am using upholstery thread to sculpt my doll's nose. I buy mine from Walmart, and it's typically $1.98. And I like the upholstery thread because it is nylon and is very smooth, and it's very, very strong as well. As you can see, Josephine's nose is coming along pretty well. I am happy with it. And you know what I really love about bringing a cloth doll to life is that I really have no idea of what she is truly going to look like until I'm finished with her. So now that I have sculpted the nose, I'm using my Jelly Roll pen to draw the eyes. The eyes, I think you're supposed to start like at the bridge of the nose, and it's supposed to line up with the top of the bridge of the nose and the tip of the ear, even though the ears aren't on yet. And I probably should have created some type of pattern, but I just wanted to freehand it. I felt that Josephine really wanted to come to life because everything was working out for her. I mean, seriously, once I figured out how to create the proportions for the pattern to fit onto a single pair of socks, her face, like, I don't know, when something wants to come to life, it just seems like there's a magic behind it, and things just worked out for her. So now that I have drawn the eyes at the very top of her cheeks, I am taking my needle and it's not a straight, it is a straight stitch, but I'm going all the way, I'm tracing the drawing or the outline of the drawing of her eyes, the markings, and I'm going all the way to the back of her head with the needle and back in. And I'm pulling it gently because it's going to create an indentation so that the eyes are deeply set inside of her head. And the reason we want to do this is because later you are going to use the clear coat glaze, and you're going to pour that layer over her eye, and it's going to make it really beautiful. So make sure that the eyes are inset nicely inside of her head, like her cheeks are poking out but her eyes are in. So I'm just going in and out, following the markings around the doll's eyes. Pull the thread gently yet firmly to make sure that you are able to pull the eye inside behind the cheeks. So again, I start at the corner, I'm going in, I'm following the markings nicely, I'm pulling it firmly. You don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose either. You just want to make sure there's a nice indentation. Make sure that you tie a secure knot in the back of the doll's head so that the eyes do not come loose. Actually, when I was first trying to figure out how to do this, I didn't pull it tight enough, and I didn't make sure that it was secure in the back, and the ends started to like puff up, and that really affected the crystal coat glaze that I was putting on at the end. So make sure that you pull it, pull the thread tightly, and make sure that you anchor it very well in the back of her head. Now that we have needle sculpted both eyes into the doll's head, we are going to sculpt a smile for the doll, and we're going to place a pair of 3D lips inside of that smile. I have also already completed a video on how to make 3D lips for your doll, and I'll link it at the top of this video for your convenience. When you are sculpting the smile for your Josephine doll's face, just envision a smile, just like on a smiley face, and needle sculpt it. Like literally take the needle in, do a straight stitch, pull it nice and firm, and make sure you anchor it securely in the back so that it doesn't come loose. So if you see here, I didn't think the smile was up far enough, so later I went back in and I took the thread higher towards her cheeks so it would look more like she was smiling. So now I am going to attach the head to the doll's body. Now in some upcoming videos, I'm going to show you how to paint the doll's eyes, how to weave in the doll's hair. But for this video, I just want to focus on the head, sculpting the face and attaching the head to the doll's body. So what you're going to do is take the wire that's inside of the doll. You're going to make sure that the wire sticks nicely inside of the doll's head. I would say at least up to her nose, because this would give the doll will be able to turn her head in any direction, and the wire will be firmly inside. So once you have the wire firmly inside of the doll's head, you're going to go ahead and begin to ladder stitch the head to the body. Now I like to add fiber fill around the neck as needed. There are other ways to attach the doll head, which we'll do later, just for I just want to have a variety of techniques and methods on my channel, but this is my favorite method. I don't know why but I just prefer it, and I like to put like a choker on my doll. I wear chokers myself, so I don't know, it's just, I don't know, every doll maker has something that she does that is just appealing to her, even though there may be a different way or a better way. So here I am ladder stitching her head onto her body and adding fiber fill as needed. I get really excited when I'm attaching my doll's head to her body. I mean, I don't know, I feel like she is so coming to life. And yeah, and like sometimes I like to, put like a little message inside of my doll, and it's usually to saturate anybody who see her with love and prosperity and peace and joy and happiness. And I don't know, like I don't know if that's weird, but even from my very first doll, I've always wanted every doll that I've ever made to spread love to the world. Is that weird? Am I weird? I read, and I think in one of my videos, that the guy who created the Raggedy Ann doll, he would put a piece of heart candy in all of his dolls. And I think that every doll maker probably has some little thing that she does to spread love to the world, to spread joy. Do you know what I mean? So in the comment box below, tell me what you do with your doll that is your special way of spreading love to the world. I know there's a doll inside of you who is dying to come to life, but only you can breathe life into her. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.